So Easter is this weekend, and we know that that can mean family brunch or dinner. So Chef Pete is with us from Nino Salvaggio's International Marketplace with some Easter ideas, right? And specifically, we're talking about lamb.
We're talking about lamb, but we brought some ham. Well, not you ham. This ham right here. And so you kind of got your choice. Quite often it's ham, but some people choose lamb.
Okay.
So I thought I'd talk a little bit about way to glam up your lamb.
Glam up your lamb.
And that is to do a crown roast rack of lamb. And that sounds pretty intimidating. Most people wouldn't try it.
Okay.
But you can buy one fully prepared like this at Nino's, and that's not a problem, but a lot of people want to try it on their own, right? So I thought we would start with that, and then we could talk a little bit about some of these sides.
Okay.
So here is your lamb rack that you would buy, let's say at Nino's, and you can see the eye right here where the meat kind of ends. So if you're going to do a crown, you have to what we call French the bones, which is to scrape the meat off. So what you're going to do is go about 1 inch above the eye of the meat, draw a little line there, find the opposite side, and then just make your line. And then typically you're just going to take any kind of a hopefully sharp knife you have and take off all of that fat and meat. Okay, now you've got that.
Okay.
And then what we call Frenching. You go down to the line, turn, and come back up. Down
so
to the line,
that little
come
stuff
back
in the middle
up.
So it's not just a cut.
Not just a cut. So this is what you end up with.
Got you.
And I've done this already with a couple here.
Okay.
Alrighty.
We have 2 that are done. Now, in order to be able to curl it like this into a half round, what you want to do is you want to just from the opposite side from the fat, this side here, you're just going to make a little cut. And that will help it to
bend. Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to take 2 of these and you're going to form them together. I'll just kind of bend these like this.
Alrighty.
Sometimes you have a
crown.
lovely assistant here. And then you're going to just take your twine here and go around completely to the other side.
Look at that.
And just tie it. Now, of course, the tighter you tie it, the more it will turn into a round if you just kind of manipulate a little bit like that, okay? So you're going to do that, and then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to season it. So I'm going to just tie 1 here. You would typically tie it maybe 2 or 3 times. You see what I got here, right? And cut off the little tines here. So, all right, so
this is so much easier than I thought it would be. Every time I would see this, it looked like something that was very difficult to do, right?
Hard, and you know what? You can do this a day ahead of time. You don't want to do this the same day.
Awesome.
So, what is a traditional seasoning for lamb? Well, most people like to use either rosemary, which this is fresh. I would definitely say fresh, and oregano, which is a little bit more like in the Greek style. Okay. And of course, garlic is popular, salt and pepper. And all you'll do is once you've got it together, you're going to baste it with a little bit of oil. It can be olive oil or vegetable oil. You're going to put a little bit of garlic, both on the inside and on the outside, some of your fresh herbs, and salt and pepper, not too much. And more important than anything else with this, you want to put it on a roasting pan that has some kind of a tray on top, okay? Because that will allow the heat to go underneath it. And the other thing you might want to consider if you want to keep that perfect round shape, so I have some foil here, is you could just take some foil and just crunch it into kind of like a cone, put it in the dead center and just press it down, and it keeps that real nice shape. You roast it in a 350-degree oven. They always say, what, 15 minutes per pound of almost everything, right? And then when you're done, you end up with what we have here. So how do you serve it? Well, I have one here with the little booties on it, and you can either buy these little booties or you can put nothing on it at all. I want to show you.
I think the booties are cute.
The booties are kind of cute.
I like those,
I put a little kind of inside, you know, stuff in here.
That's a phrase we normally don't say. The booties are kind of cute, Chef Pete.
I can't get away with that. Maybe you guys can. So we're going to take and carve this between every 2. And this isn't that beautiful? This was roasted to like a medium rare. And then as far as presenting it, I have a plate in front of me here. See if I can get this one. It must be a little stubborn here. I'll take these off. And now we have, because we have 2, we can interlock them like that.
Fancy.
Isn't that cool? And you can just position them right there like
that. Look at that. That's gorgeous.
So that's how I got the whistles. I thought you were whistling at you.
Yeah, no, that was you. That was all you.
So you got your lamb. And then, of course, ham. We have spiral roasted ham and some sides. Can we talk about the sides just a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. I have here starch sides, which go very well with both ham and lamb. The first one here is any kind of rice. Now, you could do any kind of a rice dish out of a box, but I would suggest you add to it some other garnish. garnishment. Like in this one has sun-dried tomatoes, it has pine nuts, it has a little bit of colorful vegetables.
Sure.
Next to it, check these out, Chuck. I've taken scalloped potatoes, but I've also put sliced ham in the middle of them and cheese. So this is not only great for a side dish with ham or lamb, but it's great the next day.
Yeah.
It's almost like a meal in itself.
And then my favorite,
and then your
finger-length
favorite.
potatoes, because you
We're talking
charge more
about
for
that.
Yeah,
little
we had a whole
potatoes.
philosophical conversation
How does
about
that
these
happen
off
that
camera.
these things end up being twice
I don't
the
get it.
price?
I don't get it. I just got some. I don't get it.
And Chuck asked earlier, how is it that you can get the money for these things? I just see because we can.
Yeah, Yukon
go.
Gold
That's all,
potatoes,
you know?
like 3 cents. I don't get
Right,
it.
and
But,
these are
All right, and then
They're
real
very,
quick,
very
is that a stolen bread? What is
Yes, it's like a stolen bread, hot
Okay.
cross buns in the front here, any kind of bread on the side,
Yeah.
and then over here we have different kinds of vegetables,
Veggies.
green beans, yams, and some sauteed
Wonderful.
colorful
Beautiful.
vegetables. Isn't that
Oh,
great?
we are
Yes,
impressed.
All these
absolutely.
recipes are on the Nino's website. If you go there and look under our vegetables or starches, you can find
Okay.
them and
Okay,
make them
perfect.
yourself.
Good
Thank
idea.
you,
Thanks,
Chef
Chef
Pete.
Pete.